What if Sasuke actually killed Naruto in the final valley? Well, today we'll find out in this video. The scenario is that Sasuke is kind of a person who, went from, oh, well, I hate my brother, he needs to be eliminated, to I hate my clan, to I hate my village, they need to be eliminated, to I literally hate the shinobi world, that needs to be cleaned out and cleansed. And, him killing Naruto would be a huge step in this role. Now, if he had killed him, I don't know how he would have, maybe in that final blow that I just showed you an image of, but it would be a hard thing to say. Now, I don't really see him totally killing him at first. I see him pulling a Negan, actually, where he pins him down using the Sage's Six Paths tools, which he has to his disposal. He just never is shown to using it. And then he makes a display of killing Naruto in front of the entire shinobi world with the rest of the Kage. It would be brutal, of course, but he would do it. He would imprison Sakura, Yamato, and Kakashi because he has somewhat bonds, maybe not Yamato, but Kakashi and Sakura. He wouldn't directly kill them, but he would also release a lot of the shinobi and become the darkness, become the king of the world, basically, kind of thing. And I don't see anyone stopping Sasuke in his goals. I really don't. I mean, there's nobody potentially that can really stop Sasuke or damage him or any of this kind of thing, because, it's Sasuke we're talking about. At this point, Naruto is the only person, and if Naruto is not there, then I don't really see him putting much of an effort. Now, him killing Naruto would be a pretty hard feat, and if he had the tail beasts at his disposal, I don't really know how he would kill them. Maybe just send them into outer space. But at some point, you know what I'm talking about. Like we talked about in the last video, he would have to deal with some outside forces. And these outside forces, once he becomes an old man Sasuke, is, well, I mean, he would probably end up losing an arm at some point. If not to Naruto, then to somebody else. Because there's a few guys like Tornari that show up that are very, I mean, they're not scrubs. They're pretty talented shinobi that end up showing up. He would probably have the Tenzagami because no one would stop him like Naruto or Hinata, and eventually, Sasuke would have to fight him, so he'd be pretty tired. Then, 10 years later, Momoshiki, he'd have to fight against him, and Kinshiki as well. And he turns out to be like this curse mark motherfucker, but, he'd have a hard time fighting him, to be honest. Like, a really hard time after already fighting everyone else, but eventually he might, Momoshiki almost killed him, so. And then, of course, we got Shin, and his clones, and by then, I mean, if Sasuke already beat Momoshiki, then Shin's nothing. Same with the New Way. I mean, I don't really see Sasuke having a hard time, although if it nuked one of the villages, because he'd probably have Suigetsu leading the Mist, he'd probably have a lot of his own people leading a lot of the other villages, so that's something you gotta think about. And then, of course, there's Kara, whatever. They're an organization that's probably around the Fourth Shinobi War or something like that, just right after, so he'd probably have to deal with these weirdos and their alien likeness with the tattoos, and they're pretty formidable, so, yeah. I don't know, he'd have his hands cut out for him for sure, but